Okay.
Hey, it's your girl AB,
And I'm T Dot.
and this is Two Favorite Cousins, episode 12. Hey, girl.
Hey, cuz, how are you today?
How are you today? How's your day?
It's going okay. What about you?
Everything was all right today. It was a nice sunny day, a little 82, a little breezy. But tomorrow's going to rain. But that's how it is here in New York. You never know. One day muggy, one day cool. How was your
Hump
day?
day. Yeah, it's 102 here. So
Ooh, I know. Triple
I,
digits.
I told you, I stay inside. It's going to cool down in the next few weeks. So I'm not, even tripping. Okay, we got a lot to unpack. So I came across this story. It was on the Grio. So that's the source of this particular
I follow
article.
that. I follow that. I follow them.
Okay, well, check this out. Did you follow this? Family reaches family reaches settlement after man died in bed bug infested Georgia jail cell. In the county's jail psychiatric wing, the man died. He was 35 years old on September 3rd, months after he was booked in the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. The man's death gained public attention in April after photos of his face and body were released of his face,
Oh no.
well, face and body covered in insects.
No.
The family, that
That
is a
is
terrible way to die. Number one. Number two, they need to shut that jail all the way down. That is
all the way.
disgusting. Yeah.
That's horrible.
I know. That is disgusting. So,
That
I
is
got,
that's sad.
it is sad. It is,
It really is. He's still a human being. That's supposed
yeah,
to, yeah, come on.
ugh, that is just the nastiest thing I've ever read. But check this out. So, another story I read off of the Messengers. So that's the source of the article. Soldiers struggling to eat as massive U.S. Military base goes months without sufficient food access. Now, the
Mm.
root of the problem stems from officials having trouble staffing the dining operations. Fort Cavazos, one of the largest army bases in the United States, has been without adequate food, without adequate access to food. According to reporting from military.com and soldiers at the Texas base, the facility's food operations are hanging by a thread. Now, there's more to the story. I mean, I think they figured it out, but what I do want to say is this part before I continue with that. This source is from the Daily Caller. A Venezuelan migrant narrated with apparent relish of the privileges that he and other migrants have at a newly opened shelter in New York City, in a New York City neighborhood. The New
Child.
York Post reported Tuesday. Listen to what he said. He says they treat us very well. There's nothing they stop us from doing, said Miguel, whatever his last name. He's 39. One of the 56 migrants lodging at the McCarran Place Center in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. According to the New York Post, they give us good hot food, which is freshly made. The food is very good. It's mostly Venezuelan food, pasta and rice with chicken, beef, or goat. Lunch is mostly chicken and rice. Yesterday I had chicken cutlet. You could get water and juice whenever you want, no limit. So let's go back to this military, which is right, U.S. military. So the migrants are getting treated better than the doggone people in the military. Isn't that backwards?
Yes, it is. It's really sad.
It is. Now there's more to that story, but I'm gonna keep it moving. So Massachusetts officials asked, and I have to ask you your feelings on this. Massachusetts officials asked residents to house migrants as situation reach crisis points. So they say if you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. If you have churches, open your churches, your temples, your synagogues, your congregations to house families. Now, that's all warm and fuzzy and everything, but what she didn't say is is there any monetary compensation for you housing? You already knew what I was going to say. She didn't say that part. So let me ask you, if you got an extra bedroom, if you got extra space, Would you house a family? Would you host a family?
Oh Lord, why are you asking me that? Cause you
Because you're a kind person.
no, I am a calm person, and let me say this in all seriousness. I know certain ones are escaping some real serious situations.
Yeah,
Not all, but some. But I don't know
right,
who's who. So
right.
no, I'm sorry. It's just
I
true.
thought you was gonna say something. Okay, got it. All right. So this is from the Daily Mail. Long Island Castle owner begs New York City Mayor Eric Adams to ship migrants to his struggling hotel where he has room for 180 people and half the rooms are empty, but
So
got no
what?
reply.
But what?
But got no reply. So Gary Melius owns the
Jesus.
Oheka Castle Hotel on Long Island, as well as a 115-room Quality Inn at Messina near the Canadian border. What is his name? Melius said that he has offered his Quality Inn to the mayor. He said it only has 40% occupancy, and the money would help him as well as help the city. The mayor's office say they are looking into his offer. Oh, another thing that I want to point out with this whole migrant situation, I read that they just bust another 8 buses to New York City.
Yes, they did.
And I also read that they're gonna have New York City taxpayer paying for the migrants.
We already been paying for them.
That's not right. That's not right at all. Oh, okay. So that's enough about the migrants. I have a question for you. I heard this the other day on a podcast, and I have to hear your thoughts about this one. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Okay. First, there's a couple of questions, but I want to ask you this first. If a heterosexual woman
Mm.
lets another woman perform oral sex on her, is she gay?
Maybe she's just experimenting. But if
I
that's
didn't ask you that. I said, is she gay? Is she considered gay?
maybe she's pre-gay. I don't know.
Okay. So I asked my man that same question. He
Right.
said no. He said no. Now, I said to him, same question, but it's 2 guys. Hell yeah, they gay, he tells me. I said, well, wait a minute. Hold on. How is it not for one? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just
Okay. Now, so that wasn't what I heard on the I just wanted to see what you thought about that. But so a woman is saving herself for marriage.
okay.
Right? So she been with her man for 3 years,
Okay.
right?
Oh.
Wait a minute. She been with her man for 3 years, and all they have is anal sex and oral sex. But so she said, tell me, how are you saving yourself for marriage? You consider yourself a virgin. Now, technically, you didn't pop the cherry, so you didn't get right. So
That means,
technically, in that sense,
vaginally, she's a virgin.
okay.
Technical. So
Now, okay. But you ain't saving yourself for no damn marriage if you sucking and getting and taking it in the butt. I'm sorry, you are not saving yourself for no. Now, so the guy said, "Did you even touch the coochie? Like, did you like?" Because it's like come on now, that's kind of odd. Like that's odd.
we don't know what goes on in people's relationships and what agreements
We don't.
they have.
But okay, so if that was your thing, good for you. If that was your thing, but I can't. Yeah, it sounds fishy to me. What you think? I want to know what you really think. What do you think about that?
Maybe the person or the people feel that, or maybe the person, which is the woman, feels that technically she still is a virgin because she hasn't had sex vaginally. Now, having sex on the other end and doing other things, that's not the definition of being a virgin in society's eyes. It's the front part. So if she hasn't messed with the front part, technically, she's a virgin. I guess.
Okay, that's like people that pick and choose, cherry pick the part out of the Bible that they want to exercise. Right. Okay, got it. All right. So, all right. So, okay, if a man, now I heard this recently.
Oh Lord.
I heard this recently. Any man that is attracted to a trans woman is not gay. What do you think?
I heard
about
that too.
But okay, first let me ask you what you think about that.
Now, see, my thing is, is he attracted knowing that it was a trans woman, knowing the original.
I understand where you're going with that. Now they didn't say that part, but I do understand what you're saying.
So if you just seeing somebody from the first time out the blue, don't know nobody from a can of paint, and you see this, what you perceive to be a woman, you might be attracted to her. I guess I'm not a man, but if you later down the line find out what the information you need to know to pursue or not, and you still, then that's on you.
I love the way you danced around that question. I love it.
Because I'm not trying to.
I know you don't want to offend nobody. I got it. I understand.
As long as you know the information and you process the information and you make a definitive decision, then that's on you. But you have to know first. But just like if you at a club and you look across the room and you see this lady and you're like, oh, she's cute, oh, all right. But you don't know because you wouldn't know. In that instance, no. I think you just
right, because you're thinking it's a woman. I got you.
But other than that,
fair. No, that's fair what you're saying. Well, let's assume that the man knows that is a trans woman. Let's assume that.
That's on another avenue.
Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Do you, whoever you are. But anyway.
Exactly, and be happy and stay safe.
That's what it is. So what you got, cuz?
Now, I had to bring up that massive brawl in Montgomery, Alabama.
I saw it. I watched it a few times.
Oh my God. It's funny, but it's not funny because all the man was trying to do is do his job.
True.
You know those boats that take you out on tours, like in New Orleans with the paddle in the back. The big paddle thing in the back.
Yeah.
That dock is there for that tour boat to dock. So these people, whoever they are, decide to put their own personal boat there, allegedly.
They want to do what they want to do, but go ahead.
And the captain, the guy with the white shirt, worked for the dock or the company of the dock or whoever he worked for, had the authority, in my belief, to tell them that, hey, you can't vote there.
He was doing his job. He was doing his job.
You're getting into back and forth. He was assaulted. Point blank period. It's on video.
That's it.
He tried to defend himself and then he got jumped.
We saw it with our own two eyes. We saw it.
So, I'm not condoning violence, but you just can't start assaulting people because you don't agree with what they're saying or don't know if they're trying to do their job and they work there or whatever.
They didn't care if he was trying to do his job. They didn't care.
I'm going to leave that alone.
They didn't care.
But
they got their ass beat. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to punch you. There's so many memes about the folding chair. I'm about to put some money.
The chair thing, I wasn't with the chair thing, but did you see I noticed they didn't say nothing about the white woman punching and kicking the dude. They kept saying, oh, the men. No, there was women doing that shit too. And I'm glad they got their ass beat. Now, there we go. Okay.
You're not supposed to say that.
Listen, politically. We ain't
Well,
on nobody's political agenda. Okay.
and on that note, Stephanie Mills, I shared it on Facebook. You
I
saw
saw that.
Stephanie
She
Mills
looks so
doing a concert.
beautiful.
Yes, she does. She's doing a concert, and whatever proceeds come from the concert is going to go to the legal fees of whoever.
That was good, and I hope a lot of other, celebrities step up too.
Because that was wrong. He was only
was
trying to
wrong.
do his job.
Yeah.
And people have to realize that you don't own everything. It's not what you say, and you're not.
You got to follow rules. You have to follow rules sometimes.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, check this bizarre. Do you have something else?
No, go ahead, and then I'll just go after you.
Check this bizarre story. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but check this out. Child, they done figured out a way for transgender women to breastfeed, to lactate and breastfeed, child. Yes.
Wow.
It's right. Okay, so this is from sources Buzz Loving.
Oh.
A recent viral video shows a trans woman saying she always wanted to lactate and needed money to afford another pump. The transgender woman asked if someone had a good one to donate since she wanted to help families with babies, but no milk that don't even make sense. Anyway, so the hormone which encourages milk production effectively deceiving the body into making milk. So there is a drug. There's a drug. What is it called? There's a drug. I'm trying to look at the name of the drug. There's a drug that will help you lactate. So they take this drug. The transgender woman take this drug to, make milk so they can breastfeed babies.
But I don't understand. Even if you take a drug, if you're not a original true woman, you don't have the ducts in your breast to produce the milk.
This drug, see, this is what bugs me out. They can figure out a drug to keep your penis hard for hours. They can make a drug to make you horny for hours. They can figure out how to fix your nose, fix your lips, fix your eyes, add hair, remove hair.
Make your butt big.
Did you see? I know you was like, why the hell she sending me? Did you see? I text you that.
The sexual reassignment, but I've seen that on YouTube. It's crazy.
It didn't look pretty to me.
To each his own. Love yourself.
Right, but understand. So they have all of this science that they. Right. So, let me see if I can. In 2018, a 30-year-old transgender woman became the first known to breastfeed her baby and was able to produce 227 grams of milk a day. What's the name of this daggone drug? It's a drug. So let me just read this. What someone said to this. One person wrote, women's intimate spaces are violated and women's sports are invaded and babies become props. They added, all of these to satisfy the fetishes of, I can't read this word, but I'm going to try, autographophiles, which means men's sexual fetishes about being a woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Unfortunately, so many women have gone along with it to be kind. Yeah, what is the name of this medication? I'm trying to think of, let me see if I have it.
But my thing is this, how is a medication that physiological original man takes to produce?
Oh, here, I got it. Okay. Tricking the body into making milk. The method of biological male lactating is a combination of medicines called the Neumann-Goldfarb protocol. Apart from anti-nausea, other medications have been known to be helpful, including some heart and antipsychotic drugs. Sharing milk was not uncommon in the past, and it is still a practice method for new moms who cannot lactate. Having biological male produce is the unusual part. So it's a drug that they figured out, like I keep saying, they figured out how to do every damn thing else. Now,
Okay, now this is on a serious note. This is something that I have heard about in the past, but I didn't really know too much about. But the question is, where do you know after you have a baby, the placenta comes out, right?
I'm listening.
Where do placentas go?
They do something with them. I heard something about that recently. I don't know what, but they do something with them.
Well, technically, they'll tell you that it's medical waste,
That's what
but
they say, but they use it. They use it. But go ahead.
hospitals are taking placentas from black women and
Uh-huh.
using the stem cells and cord blood that gives the placenta to five fortune companies to clone the cells to reproduce new organs to give to the rich and the wealthy.
I heard that. But did you tell me that before? I heard that
Yes, I
before.
did.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sign the documents after giving birth, you are really making the hospital the trustee of your placenta because
You did say that. You did say this before. Mm-hmm.
they're going to tell you it's medical waste.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, once there is certain paperwork that you can sign to keep your placenta. One of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan, him and his wife, after they had their three daughters, each and every time after the birth of their three daughters, they had to sign a mountain of paperwork, but they was able to keep the placenta because the placenta and the cord blood contain stem cells, which you can
Right.
store and freeze. So God forbid in the future, if your child has something going on with their health, you can go back to the cord blood, the stem
Mm-hmm.
cells in the cord blood, and the placenta, and get what you need to cure whatever it is. Because the stem cells can be spun to become anything.
Okay, hold on. So wait a minute. So not if I was going to have a baby and I had let's say I had a baby. Well, I had a
Yeah.
baby and I kept my placenta. Where do I keep this? Don't say my refrigerator.
No, not
Don't
your
say my refrigerator.
refrigerator. Stupid. But there are facilities
Oh,
that will store and freeze it and keep it.
and you
Just
have to
like
pay for that, right?
exactly
Oh,
monthly,
yeah.
whatever it is. But
Yeah.
it's amazing how you have to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole to keep something that
That's
came out of
yours.
your own body.
Anything to make money.
Yeah, that is
Anything to
true.
make
It's
money.
just it's just really sad.
It really is sad. Now, oh, so as you were talking, I looked us up on my cell phone, and what you were saying on here was saying it on my because I googled
On
YouTube and
Facebook.
put two
Oh, okay.
favorite cousins, and then yeah, I looked for this episode and I saw it. Anyway, so check this out. And unfortunately, a lot of times, like I said before, when I pull up my computer, the first thing that pops up is newsfeed. So most of the
Right.
newsfeed would be about transgender stuff. So I don't want to beat you on the head with that, but that's mostly what be coming up. So sorry. Anyway, transgender patient identified as male. So okay, transgender patient identified as male. So the gynecologist denied him a pregnancy test.
Oh, come on now.
Okay, so it's a transgender male, so a woman that became male.
Right.
They needed to go to the gynecologist, and the gynecologist was like, "Nah, I'm Christian."
Right.
Now, wait. So how do you feel about that?
I it's just too much going on.
So I asked my honey what he thought about it, and actually, people in the comments they had said the uh, the medical personnel, the doctor took an oath to treat patients. Not it wasn't about the religion; it was about treating patients, which
Exactly.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But and then so as I kept reading, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but as I kept reading the article, the trans male wanted to be addressed by their proper
Pronoun.
pronoun. However, you are going to the gynecologist. You're not going to a restaurant, and they got to put the spatula up your woohoo
Yes.
to examine you, young lady, man, young lady, or you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they pick and I feel they pick and choose when it works for them. And
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like, come on, knock it off. You knock it off. You understand? If you want to be whatever you want to be, that's great. But really, knock it off already. Knock it off.
It's, I don't know, cause it's just a different world now.
You ain't lying. Oh, I had read a article about a couple who lived in Texas. They left. They were fed up with the U.S. and they moved to Italy. And I do remember this particular story. They had a, a few years ago, like during the pandemic, that you can buy property in Italy for $1 for €1. I remember seeing it. I thought I was like, yeah, right. That ain't. But they took advantage of it, and they bought a house, a 3-story house. Actually, it was on CNN, and they were encouraging people to move out of the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And this couple did move, and it was a black couple too. They did move out of the U.S. and they moved to Italy, and they're very happy.
And on the same note, there's a lot of people that are moving back to different parts of Africa. They're telling you if
I've
you
heard that.
you'll get citizenship, Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, and it's just like I was just watching something about Gabrielle Union. 50th birthday, she took her family and friends. It's a Netflix special.
Uh-huh.
And her 50th birthday, and they went to 4 different countries out there on the continent of Africa. And they always say, like, as soon as you land, as a black person, you just feel so different. You feel like you don't have to look over your shoulder. You feel like you're home.
Yeah, I have to grow into that one. I'm not there yet. I'm
Right.
not there yet.
Too many
Oh,
shots you have to take before you go over there too. So I ain't with a whole bunch of.
no. Well, we'll get to that. But I wanted to read this. No, before I read this, because I thought it was a really nice story. But you see what you said? You got to take a bunch of shots before you go over there. But yet they're letting all these migrants come in here. No shots. No, nothing. We don't know what's coming over here. But I did read that there was a lot of human trafficking going on, and I read that there was a lot of people being used as drug mules, bringing the drugs over here.
Like I said, there are certain people that are coming over here that are really escaping some real detriment situations, and my heart goes out to them. But there are some bad people that are mingled with those groups of people coming here that you can't weed out sometimes.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so I read a article. I thought it was really it was poignant. It hit home. Everyone has the freedom to choose how they age.
Right.
Um. So it was a celebrity. I forgot the celebrity name, but her article said it is time to embrace expression through fashion without expecting that we all have to look or act according to our age. Fashion is freedom without discrimination.
Right.
Fashion is an expression and an extension of our being. Fashion is identity, and no one should dictate what we should or should not wear at a certain age.
Right.
Fashion reinvents and rises from the ashes constantly, just like us. It too is part of the age. Wait. It too is part of the age of fire. Fashion doesn't follow dogmas or rules, it simply exists. Can we let women just be? I thought that was so
Exactly.
on point because you have some people that be like, oh, but you kind of do
So
want to
be wearing that.
yeah, you kind of want to have a balance because some things it's like, all right, now wait a minute.
Now, some things you're not supposed to be putting.
Right. But yeah, so I thought that was a really, really good article.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
Go ahead. No, I was getting ready to say, but anyway, before we go and run out of time, Everybody get your
Las Vegas Funtivity Guide. Go to www.lasvegasfuntivity. There's a lot of cool stuff in here about fun things to do on and off the Las Vegas Strip.
get your copy today.
That's right. Get your copy today.
And
You
make
know,
sure you comment, share, and like.
On YouTube and on Facebook. We got our own Facebook page now. So, Two Favorite Cousins with AB and T Dot. But real quick, oh, that's our 30 minutes. My phone at work just cut off. I was like, what? But yeah, I have a bunch of other stuff, but we'll save it for the next time.
Exactly.
But it's always a pleasure talking
Yes.
to you guys.
Talking to you guys and all our viewers out there.
Absolutely.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And share too. And we will see you guys next week, same time.
This is AB.
And I'm T Dot.
And this is Two Favorite Cousins. See you next week for episode 13.
That's right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.